Alright, so today on what we're going to build, we'll be using this scrap wood here to make a wooden mallet. Alright, let's get on it. Alright, well first I'm going to plane this because it's got some rough spots on it from where I've run it through the saw. But try to get this all squared up. So if you got sensitive ears, you might want to plug them. It's going to get loud. We got it all squared up and ready. I'll cut this little end off here because it's got a chip in it, but that'll be alright. Let's get to work. Alright, so next I went ahead and marked on this board here the width that I want my mallet. And I'm going to adjust this gate here, get it to the same width as we want this, get it all cut out. Sound good? Let's make it happen. Get it done. Let's see here. Make sure this is all square. Got a little bit of it. Can you hold that for me? Thank you. Alright, plug your ears. I gotta plug it in first, huh? It's funny how things work like that. Watch your fingers! Now there, I got so excited about cutting that I forgot to adjust my blade height. So I just made like a little bitty slice through that first. Not paying attention. Now we're good. We had cut two, just in case. Alright, so what I did is I just placed my block up here. Kind of picked me a spot where I like it. Measured. I got 2 1/16. So I mean, it's all just up to you on how big you want your mallet. So I just put the 2 1/16 on both sides. Put the gap in the middle for the handle. It's that simple. You can do it. Alright, so now back to the table saw. I'm going to go ahead and set that gate up here to where I'm going to be cutting that back line there. Looks good to me. Again, I always want to double check. Let me hold this one. I noticed in my first video also my butt crack kept showing, so I apologize. Alright, got that all squared up. Hold that for me. Thank you. Again, watch your fingers. Repeat. Now, before I do that, I just noticed something with this board. See, it's not square. The other one is. This one's not. So I gotta go run this over to the miter saw. Square that all off. Okay, I'm back. Now it's all nice and square and pretty. Back to work. Loud noises. Now we got 2 blocks of the same width. But what I'm going to do is I don't want these to be any wider than that. So let's see. Measure the width of the handle. Divide that in half. And then take that off of each one of these. Well, yeah, that's what we'll do. Look at that, it's 1 inch perfect. Awesome. It ain't always gonna be like that though. Don't always trust your table saw. Measure once, cut twice, you know. Don't want to do that. I'm gonna measure twice, cut once. We're good. But again, thank you for holding that for me. Check that back side, make sure it's square. We're good. Hold that again. Thank you. Raise your saw blade up, because we're going to cut this down the inside here. Make sure it's just over the top of that block. Now you want to be careful. You only get so many of these. Okay. There's one. I'm not going to be able to use that for something here in a little bit. So don't throw your stuff away. Always hold on to it. You never know. One more time. Go. Oh no. That's gonna be fun to fish out later. But oh well. So now we need to rip this. So I'm gonna put that in between here. And like a genius, I actually cut off my lines that I drew. No problem. Where's that pencil? In my pocket. Just put that back on the board there. Brush up them edges. Reapply them lines. That's it. That's it. Square again. Thank you. A lot of this stuff I build, I'll figure out as I go. You know, I'll get like a general idea in my head of what I want, and then I start trying to make it happen. Yeah, we said we're going to use this end for the... We got that chunk there missing. I'm going to run up to the miter saw. I'm going to cut that chunk off before I forget. Alright, I'm back. Let's see this. I'm going to have this sitting in there like so. Well, I'm going to need to sandwich 2 other boards on each side of this to keep this all held together. So, let's see. 20 inch. I think we're going to be okay, Spanky. So, I'm going to rip this in half, like I did with these. Not really in half, but I'm going to rip it down to 1 inch. Up in there, where I'm going to have that line. So I just marked a line there, so I know where to cut. Obviously, you're going to mark lines so you know what to cut or where to, you know, do. There's a line there. I'm going to run this over to the miter saw and I'm going to cut that off. Be right back. Alright, so I want you to see what we're doing here. So we got these blocks here. You see them lines. They're going to go up on each side. Like so. Your handle is going to go right in between them. And then you're going to sandwich them with the other board here, making your mallet. Now what you want to do before you start running that router on there is you want to measure the width of your mallet head on your stick. That way you don't router up past what you're supposed to on accident, like I just did. And I had to make a whole new handle. So I went ahead and I got my measurement. Using square, squared up. Go ahead and go all the way around. Go all the way around. There you go. Got to pay attention to what you're doing. Mistakes are going to happen. Just don't lose a finger or something. But now, we'll run that router. We'll run it up to that point and all the way down. We'll get it done. Alright, so I got my handle clamped down. Pull my pants back up. I don't want to repeat my last video. that all the way around. Something I did off camera is I went ahead and cut a little slot there in our handle where the mallet's going to be at, so we can have a wedge put in there. We're about to get to the point where we're gluing everything up, make sure everything fits properly. Yep, about to get started. All right, so I've already got glue on there. I put one of my blocks on. I've already kind of bunched it up against this where I'm going to need it, but this is hard to film with one hand and do it with the other. So now we're going to just put a brad nail in there just to kind of hold it in place. Maybe. There we go. One more. Perfect. And then we're going to put the handle back in place and then press the other block up against it. Make sure it's nice and snug and repeat. That simple. All right, so now we got both of our blocks in place there, glued down, brad nailed in. I don't know why they're called brad nails. I guess Brad invented them. I don't know. But now we're going to put that piece in there, sandwich the other one on there, and then we'll put a wedge in there to pinch it all together. All right, so I got my block all clamped up, got my sacrificial wood on the outside so I don't scar up the wood with the clamps. Now you just gotta wait for it to dry. I give that about, I guess maybe 30 minutes, I guess. I don't know, we'll find out if it falls apart. Well, we got our block all glued up and clamped together. About to put the handle in. So, well, here we go. Now I am going to run this block through the table saw just to kind of square up my edges there from where you're gluing things up. They don't always meet up just how you want them. So, but yeah, we're going to get everything squared up and then we'll put that handle in. Alrighty, so I went ahead and ran the router around the edges of that mallet head there. Put a wedge in there for the top of the handle. Pinching everything into place. Ran some glue down in there also. Now I got myself a nice little wooden mallet. I would say you can make these for your kids, but be sure to tell them don't hit each other with it. Don't hit the dog or nothing like that. It's just a toy, but it can hurt you. Right? All right, our project is done. Well, there's some things I did on after the build was over. It's kind of some stuff I was piddle farting around with. Wanted to see what would happen. See what, you know, just because. Wanted to do it. Like, after it was all done, I went ahead and drilled a hole through the mallet and the handle and out the other side and put a dowel rod in. You can kind of see it there. Just to give it some little added security, added strength there. But you're going to do that, be careful, because I did blow out some wood there in the back, so I had to fill it in with sawdust and super glue. Put the super glue in, or you sand it, and it'll fill in with sawdust. You run that super glue over the top of it, and then just kind of spread it smoothly with a putty knife or something. Then hit it with the sander, smooth it all out. But some things we learned during this project was you can have an idea or a plan of how you're going to get stuff done. Plans change. Problems come along, stuff you didn't anticipate, the unknowable. But you got to prepare for the unknowable. You got to be able to think on your feet and get things done. Well, God bless. If you decide to build this mallet, be careful. Watch your fingers. I say that a lot. Watch your fingers. You only got so many of them. But you have a good one.